Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Cutler Outdoors. A work tough gear Drengr rendition, if you will. That's the Sax, by the way. Before we get started, hey, shout out to the Shredder Knife Reviews. We love y'all. We stand with y'all. Shout out to the Shredder. Before we get started in this video, guys, there was a time in this country where 22 veterans a day took their own lives. Now, stats show that number's fluctuating, but anything over zero is simply unacceptable. Bets, we love you. You got a place here. That's what that means. We're back to Blue over here with Sport Leo. How you do that, Scab? Well, we don't break the damn law anymore, and when we do, if we have, because we have, we accept responsibility for it. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. So here's the deal, guys. This is a Sax by Work Tough Gear. The name of it is the Drengr, and I'm trying to say that correctly. It's DRENGNR. It's just a badass knife, man. Badass blade. Here I'm over at KIRKS. Now, this thing was designed by John Nelson Griffith. John's got an MMA background. Awesome dude. And I can tell you, he designed one hell of a knife. Now, it's SK85. It is a 1/4 inch thick. The blade length is 9 inches. The cutting edge is 8 inches. The handle is 5 5/16. So that's between 14 and 15 inches, somewhere in there. Perfect size to me. Perfect size. Now, the inner grip on this handle is 4 inches, so it will fit bigger hands, and it is made of micarta. The handle scales are micarta. And right here, you're just seeing some batoning. Here's what we did. We took the Drengr out, and we took it back to our backstage studio. We're starting to work on it more and more and more and more. Now, we did a little bit of everything, guys. When I say we, I brought Kirk in. Kirk helped me out with it. And the thing with this knife is this. The more we used it, the more impressed we were. Here it is a workhorse. Now, a Sax would have been a Scandinavian EDC, okay? A lot of times these get placed with the Vikings and that kind of, and well, they should. But these, that would have been about 9th or 10th century. But these go back. They found a Sax style blade in some 5th century Frankish grades. So this is a very, very, very old, very proven, just workhorse of a blade. Again, it would have been a Scandinavian EDC. Now, like I said, I wanted to open up out there in the woods. I wanted to do things a little bit differently. Of course, it comes with a black Kydex sheath with a strap, and it's right on point. Now, I want y'all to take a look at this thing, right? And everybody knows it is absolutely no secret that I love Work Tough Gear. I'm not apologizing for it. Don't like it, turn channel. Don't give a shit. They make quality products every time. Every time. I haven't got one in yet that was like, well, every piece that I get in, now this is probably 34 or 35 videos on Work Tough Gear, are spot on. Finish is excellent. Sharpness is insanely excellent on all of them out of the box. They're well built. They're well designed. They're comfortable in hand. They're all of those things. And again, I got no problem. Some people with your family. Look, it'd be different if I was just sitting here telling you about it. I put these things through the ringer so I can be a fanboy because I prove it time and time and time and time again on every video. Just because they send me a knife, you know what that means to me? That means I've got to beat the hell out of it. Now, here's some magazine paper. You don't think it's sharp? Look at that. That's sharp, son. No matter how you cut it. And the edge bevels are done perfectly. They're well done, man. They're well built. Usually, it's usually a high saber grind with a convex cutting edge. Now, right here, the key to cutting paper is staying in the middle. And when you see me not, there you go. Now, like I said, John, the designer, has an MMA background. So this is designed somewhat as a fighter. So I wanted to show you. It is light. It is fast in hand. Now, I did not get a weight on this, and I apologize for that. And I didn't miss there either. You've seen the water flying. The thing with this thing is, it's just a wicked design. You can use it for self-defense, I guess, if you're into that kind of thing. You can fight with it, but you can also process wood. You can cut ratchet straps. You can process food. This is one of the most versatile designs I've ever. Look at that. That's 2-ply ratchet strap, boys and girls, sliced right through there. You can do just about anything you need to do with this blade. We even did a little bit of chopping, guys. So we popped the trunk. Now, I know over these past week and a half, everything's been pretty cut and dry. And I apologize about that. Been down a little bit, sick, and then the hurricane and all that. But we're back at it, back in action, back like we never left. And here's the thing. We're going to bring it. So this video is 15 minutes and 23 seconds of nothing but getting with it, guys. That's it. There's not a lot of walking around talking. There's none of that. There's me holding the damn thing off the camera. Of course, you're going to get that at least once with Choir Boys Cutlery Outdoors, old CCO. But what you're going to get, man, is just a lot of cutting, slicing, chopping, batoning, you name it, we do it. I even sliced up some cucumbers, all right? We're trying to bring stuff, we're trying to keep some of the same stuff in, but at the same time mix up some of the mediums. Show some things. I want to use everyday practical stuff, but I want to start mixing it up some. So it's not the same old video. And I can tell you, this knife performed insanely well. Now, first part of this is we're going to just slice it up. And of course, I don't do anything for 5 or 10 seconds. God knows I don't. I had to drag it out. But I wanted to show y'all, and I am not a cook. Megan will say amen to that all day long. But I wanted y'all to see these clean, thin slices it's getting, man. Just kind of flicking it through there. I've got a fencing grip there. It does have a 90-degree spine, but it's very comfortable. It's got a nice choil on it. This thing was just made. I mean, this thing just screams EDC. There will be an overnight camp where I use this knife and this knife alone for whatever. Cooking, wood processing, the whole nine. Fighting Sasquatch, whatever you want to do with it, right? Look at that. Just super thin, super fast. It's like a damn Ginsu, son. Except with me doing it. Super thin there. And just the thing is this, man. It's just such a well-made blade. I let Kirk slam up and down on it on a piece of old oak that's hard as a brick bat. We'll show that. No edge damage, no chipping, no rolling. None of that, man. The edge alignment is perfect. The bevels are beautiful. Comes sharp out of the box. Just, damn, this thing. I love this thing. We're going to do our zip tie test here. Like I said, some of the stuff, guys, you'll see on every video. I like it. I like the eye. I like it's pleasing to the eye. It checks the marks. It does what it needs to do. Now, quick inspection of the blade there so far. We're holding in there pretty good. The thing is this, and I love that polish finish right there on that blade. Man, it's just gorgeous looking to me. It just really is. The thing about a Sax, man, is you can do anything under the sun with it. Now we're going to do the Donnie B All-day, throw it at the stump test, the Donnie B All-day drop test. And we did this over at KIRKS. I felt like my stump's coming to an end, so I wanted to put in some work over there. We wanted to get back in the studio a little bit, clear it up, make sure there was no damage after the wind and rain, and there wasn't. And we're starting to get it cleaned out pretty good. We'll probably take probably take a couple days in the next couple weeks when the weather cools and not worried about videos. Just go back there, totally get it set up, get a fire pit, get all that stuff going. Now, this was an old dead limb that I'd cut down before. But I want y'all to see the bites. I think there's value in cutting up some of the dead stuff. I really do. It's hard, it's brittle, and it just shows if the edge is really there, right? And this thing, good Lord. Now, we're going to process up a lot of wood right here. I'm going to show you a lot of different things. We did take down a couple of live trees, but we had to because it's KIRKS property, and that's what we're doing. Trying to clear some of it out, trying to make it a good little spot back there. Plus, it just helps for the demonstration of the knife. We wanted to hit some stuff. Some of the wood back here is soft. It just is. All right? Especially some of the green stuff. It's a little softer wood. This is a little hard. And then I'll show you where he just chops on a stump. Just sat there and just beat on this old stump that's hard as a brick bat and no edge damage, man. The thing just works. Now, I mentioned the style at the beginning. It's that Sax style. It's a very proven style, and I'm a huge fan of it. I'm a huge fan of it because I like a versatile blade. I'll never be a guy who just carries one type of blade. Never will. I enjoy carrying, several different blades on me. But I got to be honest, if I was going to go with a one-tool option, this would be as close to it as you're going to find, right? And again, we're working on removing some of this stuff. We're also working on letting the knife work, just doing some quick pops. Now, tomorrow we're going to jump on the Hollow King, okay? And I'll put that video out tomorrow night, and it's going on to somebody else to review. But it was kind of neat going out there swinging a Sax and then turning around and swinging a kukri style. But the thing with this Sax is this, man. It just lends itself for ease of use. Now, there were no hot spots in the handle, none. And I mean that, whether we were batoning, chopping, slicing, whatever, no hot spots whatsoever. We did some stabbing, and you see the bites there, and I'm taking a steeper angle, right? Because we're trying to get something accomplished right there. And right there, it just slices through it, no problems. Now, right here, this is a beat up, just an old beat up dead oak tree out there, but it's hard as a brick bat, and KIRKS going back and forth, and you see that. Now, take a quick look. No problems there. I know that's not the best look. We're going to work on getting the camera, but there was no rolling, no chipping, no nothing. Now, this is another piece that we're taking down, and then I'm going to chop it, and then KIRKS going to chop it. So we get two different looks, two different feels on the knife. And KIRK, the whole time we were out there, the more we used the knife, the more impressed we were. It's that kind of tool. If you got a sharp, well-built tool in your hand, one, you're in the game. You're in the fight, right? But when you got a tool that the more you use the thing, the better off it gets, the better it works. It just, man, it's just fun. Normally, we've been trying to keep the 10, 12 minutes, something like that. But honestly, guys, here lately, if it's fun, and I promise y'all, this is my first time back in the woods in about 10 days. So we just had a good time, cut some stuff up, cleared some stuff up. Real quick, let me take a minute out to do some shout outs. Donnie B All-day, my brother from another mother, awesome channel. Go check out D-Bad. He's got great content. He's putting in the work. My guy Joe, Steel Forged and Fire, Sword and Knife. Again, great dude, brother in the blade, brother from another mother. He's been to my house. Love Joe. Grugsy, Legion Tactical, putting in work. Go check him out. And then Pistol Pete, who is another brother. He loves Work Tough Gear. Angry Dracalope, check those two guys out. They're putting in work. John Heffron, Wingman 115, trying to get to 50,000. And again, guys, shout out to the shredders, throwing all the love we can their way, because we're going to support them no matter what. Now, getting back, we just did the John Peter stab test. And then right here, normally I'll do penetration, push, and all that. And I thought, you know what? I just want to slice this 2-inch, 3/16 inch thick, 2-ply air hose. See if we can do it. And y'all can see what I'm saying about my stump there. It's about had to lick, son. But watch this thing, son. We're just letting the knife work. And that's another thing I wanted to talk about and bring up. This is not a difficult style to learn. You say, Scab, what do you mean? There's a lot of knives, whether it's a kukri or something a little different, it takes a little bit. You swing it different. You move it different. The Sax, to me, lends itself to ease of use. And you can see that right here throughout this whole video. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, spoiler alert, I cut everything. I think about this. In everything, we've cut down trees, we've stabbed tires, we've cut ratchet straps, son, 4, 5, 6 times. We've cut all kind of airline, all kind of hose, baton, a 2.5-inch diameter, 3-foot long tree limb into 3 or 4 spots. We have worked the shit out of this knife, and it just keeps coming back for more and more and more and more. Awesome design, tried, true, proven design. It'll strike a ferro rod, no problem. It's SK85, because people ask me that, Scab, is it easy to sharpen in the field? Guys, it's SK85. You're going to be able to sharpen it in the field. It is a slicer's dream. It is a food processing, wood processing, absolute dream. Final thoughts. John, my brother, and y'all look him up on Facebook. It's John Nelson Griffith, or on Instagram, I believe it's the same. You can type in John Nelson Griffith, and I believe it's the Fighting Ronin will come up. He's an awesome dude. Check him out. Follow him, of course. We got Work Tough Gear coming. Work Tough Gear Wednesday coming. Guys, this is the Drengr. It's badass. from the word go. Got about 30 seconds. Now watch this. I'm just going to be quiet and y'all listen. After all that, son, hey, I'm Scab. You're not. We rolling on, son. I'm gone. Did he?